Hello guys, I am now back home following Luton's 3-0 away defeat against Chelsea. Here is my match reaction following that game. Now, before the game, we talked about the lineup. I thought it was a good lineup. Ross Barkley against his former side against Chelsea. Expecting a point to prove performance. I didn't think we got that, if I'm being honest with you. I was shocked to see Burke start. I didn't think he would go straight into the team, but he did. Didn't think he did too bad, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, thought the lineup, I was happy with it. A few surprises, obviously, with Barkley and Burke, but I was happy. The way we went about things, though, we just shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. A bit like Brighton. We gave the ball away far too often in possession. And like Brighton did, Chelsea just basically took advantage. When we kept giving them the ball, they kept, going down their right-hand side, which was our left. And they basically caused, Giles and Amari Bell all sorts of problems. And all three of their goals came down that side of the pitch. The first goal, which Chelsea scored, Raheem Sterling, well, it was so easy, wasn't it? Goals like that really frustrate me because it's nothing special. It really isn't. Don't get me wrong, Raheem Sterling is a quality player and I'm not denying that. But he went past Giles and Ross Barkley far too easily. It literally looks so easy. The goal's either that good because of how easy Sterling made it look, or we just poorly defended it, and that's why it looked a lot better than what it did. It was just such a poor goal to concede. I don't mind conceding goals against good quality sides, but not when it's like that. Not when it's like, I feel like we could have defended a lot better. And then you go into the break at half-time 1-0. I felt, in the first half, when we did go forward, it's just the possession, that final ball, that final bit of quality, really letting us down a little bit. And I've seen that from the first two games. Maybe it's just going to take us a while for it to, finally click going forward. I'm not too sure, but our final pass in those final third areas have got to improve. It really does. But we have to remember, though, we are playing against Brighton. Well, we have played against Brighton and we have now played against Chelsea. I don't want to be overly critical and I don't want to be too negative. I'm just saying it how it is. It does worry me, going forward, that final ball isn't as it should be, because we did have chances against Chelsea. In fact, we created 2 more opportunities than we did against Brighton in this match against Chelsea. So we are getting them. We just need to be better, more, smarter in how we go about things going forward. But going into the break at half-time against Chelsea, 1-0 down, it's not a bad result, at that point, because you're still in the game and you can still push and try and get something out of it. And look at the amount of money which that Chelsea team has. It's so much more money than what we've got. We can only dream about to be in a position which they're in. But yeah, that's a whole different topic. But anyway, 1-0 down at home, away from home against Chelsea. You're not doing too bad. Second half, we did actually come out a little bit better. I felt we did attack Chelsea a lot more than we did in the first half. We're using our width a little bit more. Ross Barkley and Chong getting on the ball a lot more. Morris and Elijah getting involved a lot more. And we were causing them a few problems. But because we were pushing them a lot more further forward, that's when the gaps in behind started coming in. And when you lose the possession, when you are trying to push forward and those gaps are left behind, teams like Chelsea take full advantage, and that's exactly how they did it. I felt the third goal which Chelsea scored was really frustrating because I don't like it when we leave a man free in the box, especially when there's 2 players around him. The second goal, it comes from us obviously losing possession, gap in behind. They play it to Sterling on the edge of the box. Nice, easy finish for him to score. When it was around 2-0, I felt we were, growing in confidence, but unfortunately that third goal really did kill us at the wrong moment. If we did get a goal after that Chelsea scored their second, or before they scored the second, I do think it would have been a little bit different on how we would have gone about the game, but it just simply weren't meant to be, and there's not much you can really say. I felt certain players didn't really perform. Giles and Amari Bell I thought were shocking. Giles, for me, has really frustrated me the first 2 matches. Like I said, look, I don't want to be too overly critical, but what I cannot stand, and I will never understand it at all levels of football, from non-league all the way up to the professional game, is players not being able to beat first man at set pieces. It really does let let the team down if you can't beat a first man. You know, set pieces are so important, and it took till about the 88th minute in the game against Chelsea to actually put in a decent ball in from Giles. I was so angry. You know, for me, if the first couple don't work out, you switch the person who does it. You know, there's no excuse to keep the same guy doing it. It really isn't. I thought his decision making was really poor. And Alfie, he came on for Kapore, and I actually felt Jar should have been the one to be taken off. You know, Alfie, he can also take set pieces. Barkley can take set pieces. Chong as well. You know, so we don't have to always have Giles take those set pieces. And I did think he let us down today. Giles needs to do better in those, you know, set pieces. Maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, but for me, there's no excuses. I actually, you know, even in the Championship was saying this, that if a player can't beat, you know, the first man on a corner or set piece or wherever it is, they deserve to be fined. I honestly hate it when a professional footballer can't do it. You know, I don't know what the actual tactic was, maybe to go near post, I'm not too sure, but the deliveries were awful. And like I say, you know, set pieces for us this season are going to be so vital, and we've got to get them right. We really do have to get them right. And then we look at the midfield. I felt our midfield was torn apart too easily. Nakamba getting a stupid yellow card when he didn't really need to be. I felt Chelsea got through it too often, a bit like how Brighton did. But then again, we just got to remember, Brighton, Chelsea, they're going to be competing for the top 6 this season. And maybe when we play against these teams that are probably not going to be in the top half of the Premier League, our quality will show a lot more, and we will show that we are capable of playing at this, you know, level of the Premier League. But yeah, it's not the easiest of starts, is it? You know, 2 massive Premier League matches against 2 very good teams. It's just difficult, it really is. I really want to see the likes of Brown start in the next Premier League match against West Ham. I really want that to happen. But the midfield, we need to get right. I think today also proved we need to bring in another defender in as well. But yeah, I felt in moments we've done well. However, we're letting ourselves down a little bit in, you know, possession, losing the ball in key areas, and also our decision making going forward really does need to improve. But yeah, those are my thoughts, guys, on the 3-0 defeat against Chelsea. Hopefully we can get our first Premier League point soon as possible against West Ham next week. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Drop a like on the video, comment your thoughts down below as well. Follow me across all my social media, and I'll see you all in the next video.